Hey, listen, I get to talk about one of my favorite topics with Market America. And guys, it's something that you're going to have to do if you're here one day or 20 years. And that is building in the home. So really, our success is there. Our business and the foundation of our business is building in the home. Why? Someone is comfortable coming to a home that they know, right? They're going to be more willing and relaxed, meaning they're going to talk to you, they're going to tell you things that they would not normally tell you when they're in that home. So what are home business presentations or home presentations? If I'm on the business side of things, I am looking at HBPs, I'm looking at two-on-ones. If I'm on the product side of things, I'm going to be doing the Wellness 101, a shopping annuity overview, motives, TLS. But who are they really meant for? Well, if I'm bringing a new partner on board, I really want to start them off with the home presentations, right? What am I going to help them do? I'm going to help them develop new customers. I'm going to help them develop partners. But what it really does for you guys is it creates immediate action for them. I want to get them out creating retail profit and partners so they can get paid on the volume. But it's going to leverage your time. See, I look at it and go, what would I rather do? Would I rather spend 5 times or go out 5 times in a week for an hour and a half to 2 hours, tie up 8 to 10 hours of my time showing the business, or would I rather do an HBP and spend an hour and a half and expose the business to 5 people? I just want you to work smarter inside the home. So we all know our goal really is to fill the bean jar, right? But I am looking to fill their bean jar. Here's where you got to be careful. You have to remember that their beans are your beans, so handle them with care. Who's going to do the presentation? Of course, the sponsor or the senior partner is going to be doing that presentation. But they should also have a team along to either help or learn, because eventually I want that unit doing their own presentations so I can move on to the next group, right? So I expand in depth, we keep going. I want to have your UBP presentation for an HBP on the laptop. And guys, please make sure you have the current download there. Or the new unfranchised business video, Market America, YouTube.com. Your wellness parties. Look, after this morning, everything's mobile. My goodness, you do not have to talk. You can just push a button and you are off to the races. How many can you expose? And what do you need? Guys, if you're going in with a laptop, bring your power cord. Bring all the connecting cables. Make sure you have the ability to go online because you want to register everybody. Credibility items. I want to give out UFO magazine, the Getting Started guides, the annual reports, a catalog. Why do I do this? I want to have something that I have to retrieve because it ensures a follow-up of some type. I also want to have my appointment book. Guys, if you don't travel with your appointment book, I will tell you it is tough to book your schedule if you don't have one. If I'm doing the product side of things, I now want to have product to show or to sell or to sample. If I'm out doing a Wellness 101, I want to have OPC so they can try it, the Daily Essential Kits. Matter of fact, if I'm doing them on the weekends, I make sure I have Mocha Tonics because I want to give it to them the later in the day, the better. Right? Listen, don't you want them thinking about you most of the night? Give them. And guys, please make it fun. If you're going to invite people over to a home for an event, don't treat them any different than any other social event you have. If they think it's strange, you are now in the weird zone, and stay out of that. Once I identify an interested prospect, I'm going to repeat this same process in their home. It's the start of the ABC pattern. And I'm going to do this over and over and over. Understand, if I have an interested party, and I don't care if they're a partner or just a guest, I'm going to take somebody, if I'm doing an HBP, in their home, guess what I'm doing? An HBP. I don't switch to a wellness program, right? If I'm doing a Wellness 101 and someone's interested, I do a Wellness 101 in their home. But I get my appointment book out and I book something while I'm there. HBP, transition, doesn't matter what it is. I really want to get it done within inside the next 2 weeks. I want to create a sense of urgency, right? I want a names list. I want to start doing three-way calls, a call workshop. You do understand, though, we do live in the age of technology, right? And I have people that go, no, 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 I can invite them through Facebook. I can text them. I will tell you, if you do not do phone calls, your attendance rate will go down. You have to make the call. You can do social media as a reminder, nothing more. Once you get people that have confirmed, you need to get those names and numbers to your senior partner. What do I want to do? I want to call the guest to introduce myself and to thank them for the support. And if they have any questions at the end, I'm the person they're going to talk to, but it drives the attendance rate up. And of course, everyone that shows up to this, I'm going to register as a preferred customer. From that point, you want to support the UBPs. Guys, supporting your NMTSS is the smartest thing you can do, and you all need to lead by example. If you have 2 HBPs in your area a month, you do realize that's only 2 times a month you're out doing something, right? To build yourself a $100,000 income. And please don't, if your UBP is on a Tuesday, don't wait till Monday to invite somebody. Invite them. You're going to try to invite the whole period up to that. Attend with your partners. If your partners go, you need to be there and with their guests. Why? It's a positive environment. Most of us do not have a positive environment when we're working, do we? So we want to be someplace that we are motivated. Participate in the UBP. Work at registration. Greet people. Eventually get into the speaking rotation. But here's where I think most of us miss. Learn from experienced UFOs. What I mean by that is watch someone that is building their business after the UBP. Watch how they close them to the follow-up appointment. You know, guys, what I'm telling you is don't rush them and crush everybody, right? But stay inside hearing distance and listen to what they do. You will learn more than you can imagine. And you need to have tickets to the next event everywhere you go. Right? Once you go to the locals, now where can you get this? You're going to have somebody maybe from the $1 Million Club, somebody that's up and coming, training your people for a few dollars. You can't get that anywhere. Go to training and see what that costs you. Not only that, you're in a positive environment, right? You're networking with other people. Some of the smartest things you can do. And I have not been to an event where I have not picked up a tip that I have used in my business. I come across things all the time. And of course, if you have guests or new partners at the UBP, they're seeing recognition. Where in the world, I'm sure at their job they go, and here's Bob, he makes $50,000 a year. You know, that does not go on, and you're looking at people building their future. What I want you to understand is you're going to build event to event. You're going to build home to home. What I want my partners to understand is that they have to be willing to develop customers. You want 10 to 15 customers. I want them willing to build partners. I want to help them do that, but you have to learn to show the plan and close. And you need to continue your education. My background is finance. Understand, I had continuing education every year. Every quarter, I take tests. Cost thousands of dollars. You can come to an event like this and be trained by a multitude of successful people. It can't get smarter than that. But what you're going to learn is how to be coachable. What works for you? See, you need to get out in the field and screw up as much as possible. Why? I know then what doesn't work. And eventually I'll figure out how to get ahead. Support your NMTSS, and from that point, you can make adjustments and just keep doing it over and over. Duplicate yourself. What I'd like to do at this point is bring a couple of up-and-comings out to help me a little bit. First person I'd like to introduce is a supervising coordinator. And let's see, she is a Chinese Milwaukeean. Please help me introduce Kay Zhu.
I can't believe I'm up here right now. I feel like I'm back home. This is where everything started last year. I started my business last year around this time. I got dragged to this event, but this was the best thing that happened to me. And in the beginning, first 3 months, I thought I was doing the business, but I wasn't. And I took it back to the basics, which is building in the homes, showing business plan, selling tickets, and move product. And I found out what worked, and I stuck with it, and we just do it over and over and over again. And the business became so much fun and so easy. And home kickoffs is so important for our new partners. The first 30 days, get them excited, get them customers, get them activated. My goal is to help them make money as fast as possible. So tickets is what built my business. Without tickets, my business wouldn't be here. Tickets create duplication. It gets your people educated. And we always talk about the compounding effect. And ticket is where that's happens. So you need to buy your 3 tickets. You can't sell something that you don't have. We have products, home shopping lists, catalogs for the new business owners, names list. You need to make calls with them to invite people to the home kickoffs. And getting started guide is so important that have your next 2-year plan in that little booklet. And call workshops. Do the call workshop with your people. And we schedule a HBP, a product show, Motives Party, Wine and Wellness, Sip, Shop, and Save, show people our portal, and TLS parties. And HBPs is what builds momentum, and that's why our team is growing so fast. We take control. It's about going to your people's house. They can't cancel on you if you're going to their house. And we build from home to home. You schedule the next home event at the current home event. And you build from war market to war market. 10 people turn into 100, turns into 1,000. And home lead to other homes. That's where you create new leaders and create duplication and build teamwork. Tickets. I'm another Chinese lady here talking about no tickets, no money. But tickets really is knowledge, belief, and growth. It's a piece of paper, and people always ask, how do I sell tickets? And that's easy. If you can't sell ticket, you don't believe yet. You don't have the complete belief. If you completely believe in yourself and our business plan, you will be able to sell the ticket. Because last year, this ticket changed my life. I was able to walk away from a corporate job. And when to sell ticket is after a home business plan, at the follow-up, and prior to registration, because you don't want to set your people up for failure. We all know they can do it, and that's why we invited them, but they need to know they can do it to grow the business. And buy tickets with your team, that equals compound effect. And here's my story of last year. This is me last year at this convention, 2014. I think I had 2 people in my organization, and Elizabeth Weber was up here talking about tickets. I was sitting way up there, and halfway through her presentation, something happened. I went out and bought 10 tickets. And then, 15 minutes later, I looked in my wallet. Oh my God, how am I going to move $2,000 worth of tickets when I have 3 people in my organization? So I went back, and we got to work. We went into homes. So I had about 3 to 5 home events every single week, and that's where we really created the momentum, the teamwork, and we work with each other. It's all about teamwork and getting to your people's people, filling up the bean jars, and you'll find your go-nows, you'll find your stable and waiting. We love them all, but you don't want to waste time with people that waste your time. You want to go with your go-nows, and you want your dream chasers to be with you, and that turns into UBP. I went to UBPs for the longest time by myself, but the whole last year, I only missed 1 UBP. And then now our UBPs, we go in with 40, 50 people. And going from that, Down Martin's local seminar last time, I didn't believe in seminars in the beginning. I thought people were selling me a ticket, and I thought I could build a business. But the first time I went through a seminar, and I felt like I missed so much. And that was 3 months into the business, and I bought 10 tickets right there. I brought everybody back with me, and we all bought more tickets. And going from just me, it turned into about 70 people at the last local seminar. And from there, we built into regional, and we built into Miami. All I knew is I had to get to my people here. So at Miami, we had 25 people. It wasn't about selling the tickets. I wanted the first event, when I was here, within the first 15 minutes, I wanted to get my team here because I wanted them to see what I saw. So I did whatever I can to get the whole team here because it's not the ticket. You're about to change someone's life with that one ticket. And I believed so much, and I wanted them to be with me too. And from there, home business is where we create relationships and best business partners and friends for life. Last year, it completely changed my life. I'm no longer in the 45-year plan. Walked away from my job, and I'll never have a boss again. And I love our business because it's a 2 to 3 year plan. You can do it faster if you want to, and you can do it slower if you want to. It's all about you. It's what the business can do for you. And I want to end with this. I know last year, this was a 1 year plan for me, but I would do it all over again, even if it took me 20 years.
Home business presentations are where you build the relationships. That's phenomenal. Well, help me welcome my next guest. She is also from Wisconsin, a national supervising coordinator, Chele Baer.
Thank you so much for asking me to do this, Charlie, because this is one of the highlights of our business. And many of you have started to know the story that has gone on for 17 years as my husband, Tony, and I have built this business. And I thank you for all your love and all your support. But I will tell you, so much I think of when it comes to working in the home, so much of it has to do with self-discipline. And I think we have it backwards sometimes. So often I look at why do we need to continue to share with people that they have to keep building in the homes? Why is there a need for this? There must be something going on in the field where either there's rejection of the idea or people themselves are standing in their way of the idea. So when I sit back and think about topics like building in the homes and what's holding people back, I'm concerned with what are the objections that are happening within the field. Is it that your house is dirty and you may need to clean it? That might be standing in someone's way. Is it that you're afraid you have no one to call or no one would come? Is it that you're afraid of when you do call them, they may say no or you may sound silly? Is it that you're not plugging into call workshops where you're in a positive environment to make those calls and get the support that you need? What is it that's holding the unfranchised owner back? I go from there to think, okay, if we can help you with that issue, and I think more important than self-esteem, it's self-discipline. And so I think about that. So consider this. You wake up in the morning, you're all set to go to the gym, but you don't feel like waking up, so you hit the snooze and you hit the snooze and you hit. Finally, when you wake up, it's way too late to go to the gym, so you don't go. Do you think your self-esteem would go up or down at that point? Down. Now, take the opposite. You wake up in the morning, you jump out of bed like you said you would, you don't feel like it, but you go anyway. Did your self-esteem go up or down? It went up because you disciplined yourself. So I think when it comes to building in the homes, we have to do a couple of different things. Number one, we need to discipline ourselves to understand that this is how we build fast. Magic happens in the homes. Second, we need to discipline ourselves to get ourselves into the environment where we're willing to make the call. Not just a Facebook invite. It's not going to work. Everyone says they're going on Facebook. It needs to be a voice over the phone where we're confirming they're actually going to be coming to our home. When you call to invite people to your home event, you don't want to say, I've got this home event with this new thing that I'm doing, you have to come. Instead, you want to say, what are you doing on Saturday the 5th? And when they say nothing, you say, great, I would love to have you over. Now we move into the why, how, what stage. And what I mean by that is it works with both unfranchised owners and it works with guests that you're inviting. So with an unfranchised owner, the why, how, what. Why would they want to host a home event? Because the magic happens in the homes. Great numbers of people coming together, one environment, and a small amount of time, lots happening. There's so much that goes on in that home environment. So we need to attach an emotion to that. We need to appeal to our franchise owners with an emotion of what could happen, how this home event will serve them, and what the result's going to be. With the people we're inviting, it's the same thing. A lot of times Jim Winkler will say to me, Chele, how do you get so many people at your home events? Number one, I never let up. With everything, in the face of adversity, everything that we went through, I do not let up. Consistency pays off. So whether one person, two people, or 30 people were showing up, we were there and we performed. We did what we had to do because I always say the right one or two will show. But we need to attach and appeal to an emotion and connect with the person coming. How do we do that? Find out why they'd want to be there. If you're hosting a grand opening and you're kicking off a brand new owner's business, we need to appeal to the guest that's coming by either talking about how we can help them improve their financial situation, improve their health, or whatever it is we're focusing on. At a grand opening, I love those events. We're talking about the site. We're talking about the shopping annuity. We're talking about how we can improve their health. We're talking about cosmetics. But appeal to that person on a personal level, and that is their why. Now they come and we tell them how we can meet that need, and finally, what we're going to do different to help them. Part of this, guys, is relating to people, meeting them where they're at. When I saw the slides of the new web portal today, I believe we are now meeting people where they're at, and you need to do the same exact thing when you're doing home events. Find out where they're at. If they're suffering and they're struggling in whatever issue they're facing, you have now become the solutionist for them. So appeal to that, meet that need, and show them what you can do for them. Home events are where the magic happens. Schedule as many as you possibly can. I'll promise you, you'll grow too. Thank you.
Young man started the business at age 25, 4 years later. He is a national supervising coordinator. Please welcome Dritan Hodo.
Thank you. I don't know how I'm going to follow up Kay and Chele. They were absolute beasts up here. My name is Dritan. I started this business at 21, 25. This has been absolutely, Charlie, the best decision of my life, hands down. My, I guess, topic today, with the ABC pattern and the follow-up, this is all about speed, but also building solid. Does that make sense? Do we want this business fast, and do we want a solid business, yes or no? Yes, okay. And with that, it's all about momentum. And a lot of times when we start the business, we want momentum, but we sacrifice culture with it. We have to have both. Because the thing about this business is, if you don't have momentum, culture's pointless, right? But if you don't have culture, right, momentum can run around like a wild dog. It's not gonna live very long. It's really an art meshing both. So how do we do that? The first thing that we need to do with this business is first we need to create it. Step one, creating momentum. It starts with you. Having a sense of urgency, right? That it's not gonna happen tomorrow. It's not gonna happen a week from now. It's not gonna happen a month from now. It's gonna happen today, coupled with enthusiasm, because your guests, your partners, that's gonna be caught, not taught. You can't duplicate that. All right? And at the same time, we need to set a person up the right way. Right when we start, 2-on-1s, booking. So if I have someone brand new that starts the business, right away, what I'm gonna do with them, within 30 days, my goal is I need to sit in front of 10 new faces, and within these 10 new people, I'm gonna tell them the objective is, I'm gonna get you 2 sponsorships, and at the same time, within the next 3 days, we need to do a call workshop to make that happen. I'm gonna be there for that call workshop. At the same time, with that being said, we can't just have a recruiting business because a solid residual income is based off of what? Retail, right? So we're gonna set up a wellness event within the first week. And as we're doing this, as we're creating this process, right, we're booking follow-ups every 48 hours to keep people's excitement up, right? Because we all know life gets in the way with our prospects, yes or no? Yes, right? We're booking follow-ups. We're selling them tickets to the next event, getting them to the second looks, and at the same time, getting them started the right way. But the most important thing about this is that you need to repeat the process at the lowest level to duplicate and to teach with the original partner. It does not matter if it's a guest Or if it's a partner, irrelevant, you do it. Why? Because you need to find a spark in your organization and you throw gas on it and explode it. No matter how big your team gets, this does not change, because at the end of the day, people are people. You need relationships, anything can happen. People need to know that they can depend on you to come to you and build with you, okay? Now, as we're creating this momentum's pointless if we can't what? Sustain it. So now comes to duplication. Duplication is much, 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 much more effective than recruiting. I'll say it again. Duplication is more effective than what? Absolutely. And we duplicate, right, by training, by education. I don't care how many people you have in your organization. How many leaders do you have in your organization? Right? We duplicate what? What JR laid out. The basic 5. Fundamentals, principles, new task activities, ensuring that new person's success so they can develop a skill set in what? Inviting, presenting, closing, coupled with what? Training. Right? So as we're duplicating, right, and this is happening, we also need to shift into high gear and accelerate the momentum. We accelerate by systems, by organizing, right? And a culture you need to build within your team. I don't care what your team looks like, it's all the same in this business. You need to build event to event. Your numbers need to grow, local to local to local, region to region to region, major, 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 major. But you cannot do that if you do not build weekly, daily. Here's a sample of a weekly schedule for us, right? My 45, 9 to 5. I'm on Facebook, guys. I'm messaging partners, I'm messaging leaders, I'm making calls, I'm doing text messages, things of that nature, so that once I get out of my 45, right, Frank, I'm going right to RPAs, baby. I'm going right to RPAs. We're going straight building, right? So that every Tuesday, Thursday, we'll have a second look. Sundays we'll have a coring, and then at night we'll do training, basic training to get skill sets being developed, right? And we repeat the process. We basically go 8 to faint. Why? Because it's residual income. You want a professional income? You want a professional residual income, yes or no? Absolutely, that's why we're here. So don't complain about it. If you want to annualize $250,000 a year, do the work. All right, so because we want to create leaders. We don't want just a temporary income. We want leaders and leaders to create a team. So we're echoing the same voice and echoing the same tune, going in the same direction so we can create a team. This is what a team is, right? And to me, here's the thing, guys. Your success relies on your team's success, period. It does not matter about being on stage alone. It's about creating a community of leaders that are so strong that can stand with you side by side right next to you that you can share this with. And for me personally, I'll tell you this, I don't care about the stage so much. It's all about, for me, giving me my crew, give me my freedom through residual income, Charlie, with the people I created it with, and that is success. Let's tear this thing apart, baby. I want to double this stadium. I'll see everyone in Miami. My pia, let's go.
People who are successful have learned to surround themselves with other successful people. And what do they do next? Duplicate their actions. Here's your next step. See, I really want you to duplicate and monitor what you do. What if you did 2 home business presentations a week? And you had 2 people on your left and 2 people on your right do the exact same thing. That means you have 10 HBPs a week going on in your business. Now you can monitor what's going on. But if you think about having 5 guests at each one, you are now exposing 50 people to your business. If you have a 20% close, that means 1 in 5 come on board, you have 10 new partners per week. What would that do to your business? What would it do, guys? What would it do for you? Here's what I hope it does for you. I hope it gives you choices. Because right now, if you're working for somebody, you have very few choices. I'd rather have you take the next step and do as many of these as you can and have as many choices as possible. Have a great weekend, guys.